Chamber of Commerce here in Saratoga Springs, Mayor Scott Johnson, and the chairman of the Racing and Wagering Board, John Sabini. Well, you know it's got to be a pretty big occasion for this group of hotshots to all show up, and it truly is. We were lucky enough to convince Danny Meyer to bring his magic and his team to Saratoga in the guise in the form of the Shake Shack, Blue Smoke, and the Paddock Bar. And this is really a truly big event for Saratoga. Danny is America's greatest restaurateur, and to be able to get him to come up there with his team is tremendous. There's been a huge amount of buzz in the community, and it's been very well deserved, because we know that this newest Saratoga tradition is going to be a huge enhancement to our fans' experience here at Saratoga. They love their boss. They love their boss. I said a minute ago that Danny is America's greatest restaurateur, and I'm going to back that up with a couple of numbers. There are 46,000 restaurants in the city of New York. Danny, since he started his first restaurant 25 years ago, and his second restaurant, Union Square and Gramercy Tavern, they've traded the 1 and 2 spots in the Zagat poll for the last dozen years. 1 and 2 out of 46,000 every single year. All 8 of his restaurants are in the top 40 out of 46,000 for being people's favorite restaurants. So obviously, they have a lot of good food, but that's not the secret to Danny's success. It's hospitality. I was lucky enough to listen into his training speech yesterday, and I wish I'd taped it for our employees or for myself to watch again. He truly understands what it is to make an experience at his restaurant something special for the consumer. But that's what a lot of people know about Danny. I can just tell you something a lot of people don't know about him. He is a racing fanatic. We've been friends for 40 years, and the real reason we started to be friends is because we used to go to Fairmont Park Racetrack together. And if you've ever been to Fairmont Park Racetrack together, you know that means you're a fanatic. We used to, before we could drive, we used to pay the seniors to drive us over and drop us off and pick us up. So we bought the bug early. Danny's also been a huge Saratoga fan. He's been coming for the last 35 years. And it is my absolute honor and pleasure to welcome him back and welcome his team to Saratoga, Danny Meyer.
Well, this is about as good as it gets, Steve. And I want to thank everybody at NYRA for welcoming us here. I want to thank the city of Saratoga, which is, as Steve just said, Saratoga is one of the life-affirming moments in my entire life every single year. I feel better when I'm here. I feel like I'm alive. And my grandparents used to come up here from St. Louis and spend the entire month here every single August, and it became a family tradition. And it's something that I feel is an incredible gift. The only thing I want to correct Steve on is this business about being such a great restaurateur. But the real data point that he needs to be corrected on is that there's not 46,000 restaurants in New York. There's only 26,000 restaurants in New York. So I just don't want to go down and say that we were sort of pumping up our numbers in any way, shape, or form.
Just counting the pizza joints.
All right. Once you add the pizza joints, you get up to 50,000. So that's fair. Anyway, this is a great privilege for us. Saratoga, in addition to really being the only place in the entire country anyone really wants to be in August, if you're a sports fan, it truly is. This is a place that attracts great racing fans and socialites and people from every walk of life. But it's also a place that people come to be happy. And people are happy when they're at the track. They're happy when they're studying the racing form in the morning. They're happy when they go out to eat at nighttime. And the privilege that we feel to be able to add one more element to that pleasure experience by bringing Blue Smoke and Shake Shack and the Paddock Bar here is just tickling me. Steve gets a jump in his step. I get a bubble in my stomach. And I've got to say thank you to all of you, and I think it's time to do a little ribbon cutting right now.
Very good. You're the man on this one.
Don't take this picture. Don't take it till I get rid of the saran wrap. We wanted to make sure it would stay nice and hot here. Okay, there's ribbon cuttings and there are ribbon cuttings. And these are the ribs from Blue Smoke. Kansas City ribs because we wanted to make sure to bring a little Missouri with us while we were at it. There we go. Okay. Let it be a great week.
Yeah.